Hello Scorpio, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane, and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Scorpio for the week of May 23rd. Now, Scorpio, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I do not offer personal readings. I will not send you a message, so do not get scams. Let's go ahead and do one more shuffle here. I am using the Tarot Muka as well as the Angel Answers Oracle deck. There are links to both of these in the description below. I would also ask that you consider hitting subscribe and the like button. It really does help with the growth of this channel, but more importantly, hitting the like button ensures that other people who need to see the video may have an opportunity to see the video. All right, let's go ahead and get all of this set up here. All right, Scorpio, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. The energies have been a little bit heavy this week, and I think it's probably because of your Scorpio eclipse here that happened on May 16th. That was intense. Let's go ahead and put these up here. And all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Scorpio, what I really like is that we have all of these wands energies, okay? Wands, and you have Jupiter energy here coming in as well. Wands is about inspiration. It's about passion, work, enterprise, career. And you have some of the wands that I really love to see in a tarot reading. So I expect that this week to, and beyond, because it's very hard to sort of, timing is very hard to wrap down in the tarot, but I expect from this time period and potentially onward for things to be shifting forward for you. The word shift is coming into my mind here, and I think that this could be a pretty quick period of time in your life. So let's just go ahead and dive into this right away. So in the middle, in the overall situation at the base of the pyramid here, you have this Eight of Wands, which is shift energy. It is quick energy. In fact, quick is not even the right way to describe it. It's acceleration. The Eight of Wands is like accelerated motion. Okay, this person is not sure what to do. Things are happening so quickly. They have their hands in the air. They're not sure what to do, and it's good. The Eight of Wands brings about good news into your life. Okay, and I do have to say, it's a quick moving event that brings about good news into your life. And, you know, I do have to say that the Eight of Wands has been coming in recently. During this time period, we are in this retrograde, which is like a time where delays happen. And the Eight of Wands in reverse can represent delays, but I don't feel that for you. I feel a shift. I feel a true shift here happening. And, you know, the Eight of Wands is a card that I also like to see if you have like an audience. If you're somebody that has an audience, the Eight of Wands is a very good card because the Eight of Wands is something that comes in from a distance. It's not just news coming in, it's coming in from a distance. So this is over the air, right? So this is on social media, through phone calls, text messages, emails, letters. And so it's like something that I associate with social media. And I definitely feel like some of you could be getting good results in those areas. Even if you've been looking to build an audience, I definitely feel like this could be very good news for you here. Actually, in the past year, you have two of my big social media cards with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands here. Six of Wands, but you also have the Seven of Cups here in the past. Six of Wands is about public recognition. As you can see, this person is being cheered on, right? And they're in the public eye in this case. They are being, led through a procession because they've won over the victory of the Five of Wands. But it is a big victory in one's life, and typically in career situations, but it is you being in the spotlight, okay? And so, you know, you even have this paired here with the Seven of Cups, which really, if you distill the Seven of Cups down to one word, the Seven of Cups indicates many. And so it's almost like you've had many opportunities to put yourself in front of people, to sort of be in the spotlight, this has been happening for Scorpios, by the way, for I feel like the past month, where it's like I feel like Scorpios right now have an opportunity to be seen. And I have an opportunity I have a feeling that you have an opportunity to be seen at this time. Now, if this is not resonating, you could be feeling here like the winds are stacking up, because like I said, just distilling the Six of Wands down to a word, it represents victory. Many victories here with the Seven of Cups and the Six of Wands here in the past. The Seven of Cups can be about overwhelming, an overwhelming feeling as well, overwhelmed by the many choices at hand. But I don't feel that type of energy for you here. I would say, if anything, be careful of not taking on too much at this time. And if there's something that is working for you in your life, you may want to stick to those results. But I definitely feel like this is a good energy. Now, in the future, you have the Three of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Three of Wands is actually sort of the setup for the Six of Wands. Three of Wands is it's the initial win that you find in the Suit of Wands. This person's sort of looking out to the ocean and realizing that they have the entire world, they have the entire ocean in front of them. They've achieved victory, and they're now ready to set their sights on their next win. The Three of Wands is a card of adventure. It's a card of taking something to the next level, which the next level would be the Six of Wands. You have this here with the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is literally the wheel of your destiny spinning in your direction. It says that this is a perfect period of time for you to initiate something. You can see in this interpretation the hourglass here, which is a reminder that the wheel will not always be spinning in your favor. This is an auspicious period of time when you have the Wheel of Fortune. And it would be wise for you to take advantage of the energy that is coming in the future for you here. When you get the Wheel of Fortune, it is Jupiter energy. Jupiter is about growth and expansion. Three of Wands is about growth and expansion. And you have this Eight of Wands here as well, which again, something happening quickly, the wheel suddenly spinning in your direction, your destiny suddenly arriving, situations like that. And for many of you, this may involve being in front of people in some ways. And remember, this could just be like on YouTube. This could be on Instagram. It could be on maybe some other way. Maybe you're giving a presentation at work or something along those lines. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Eight of Swords. You have the Magician. You have the Four of Swords. And you have the Star. Wow. Okay. So giving away all they're not really secrets. If you just watch my videos, you'll know this. But you have my three cards there's maybe another one that I'm not thinking of, but you have the three cards I look for when you're in the starlight, when you're in the limelight. You have the Star card here. So we now have the Eight of Wands indicating social media potentially. You have the Six of Wands, you being in the public, and now you have the Star, you being in the starlight, you commanding an audience, you being the star of the show, you being in the limelight. So this is on the table for Scorpio people. You may already be in this right now, or this may present itself. If you have like a small audience, like let's say, I don't know, you have an audience of 5,000, I was getting maybe even 10,000 in my mind. This could drastically improve. You could up those numbers in a big way here in the future with this energy. Okay, the Star is also a wish being granted in your life, and it's really an overall amazing energy of clarity, of healing, of optimism, and hope for the future. If it's not about you being in the public eye, but for some of you, you are. You have this Eight, and I remember saying this to you like for multiple weeks, almost like a month. Scorpio, you have this Eight of Swords here in the past, which is, it's almost like there's been this limitation that you've placed on yourself here around maybe, look, I know what it's like, especially if you're somebody who's maybe like on trending towards like if you're a shy person, like if you're maybe on that kind of area of that place in the spectrum of, being in the public. If you're shy, it's like you have to, this Eight of Swords is like you breaking through that limitation that you're placing on yourself, or just embracing that you maybe like to have your own space, and embracing that side of yourself, which then enables you to maybe put yourself out there more. And so it's like some of you have worked through some type of limitation here in the past, and I think it's probably relating to being like, I'll tell you, like when I started my YouTube channel, even though I don't put myself on camera very often, it was still a big challenge for me, but I did it. I ultimately did it, and it worked out, right? And I'm kind of getting these energies for you, working through maybe some type of nervousness or something along those lines, which again, is part of being human. Especially when you start something and you grow a channel or you grow an account or you just put yourself out there. You have this magician, which is true alchemy. It's the ability to manifest something big into your life, and it really asks you to take action, especially as you have this Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords, rest, recovery, meditate on this situation. Ask yourself what is holding you back, because there's real star energy here. Let's go ahead and see what we have with these clarifiers here, with these oracle cards. So you have helpful people, yes, and success. I mean, sometimes, Scorpio, the readings, it's like, do I even really need to explain it? I mean, look, all these people, groups of people kind of looking, I mean, they're obviously helping the person in the middle here, but it's another group symbolism. It's another kind of community symbolism. It's another sort of you having an audience. Look, this person has an audience. You have yes and success as well, which is like, there's nothing stopping this from happening other than yourself. You are the only thing that's holding you back here. And I think you're probably going to decide, I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. There's major success energy here for you. There may even just be somebody who connects you to the right person. Having access to the right people is really important as well, in depending on what you're doing in life. But this could certainly be the case. The King of Cups. You have the Empress and the Two of Swords. So the King of Cups, this person, I really like the interpretation here. I mean, this person's like literally living it, right? I mean, look, they're throwing their cups in the air, throwing their hands in the air. There's literally a fish flying above them. They're in the middle of a storm, and they don't care. They literally don't care. They are calm, cool, and collected here. And remember, I don't attach gender to my cards, so you can take on any of the aspects of any of these cards. King of Cups, Empress, which the Empress is the mother archetype, but it doesn't matter. You can take on any of the aspects of these cards. And so you have this calm, cool, and collected energy. You have this call. I just heard the word call or calling here. You have a calling here. The Empress is about major abundance in your life. It's the biggest card of abundance. You can see the harvest going on in the illustration. Crops in tarot represent harvest, represent abundance, represent resources, and the Empress has an abundance of resources. It's also Venus energy. Venus is about love and beauty, but it's also about luxury and wealth, the finer things in life, pleasures in life. It is the mother archetype, but for you, this is about some type of calling. This is about an abundant calling in your life. And remember, abundance is not just about money. Abundance is about your ability to receive. And there's major receiving energy here that you have the ability to bring in with the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. This Two of Swords, which is just a reminder that the only blindfold, like nobody else has put this blindfold on you, right? You've put the blindfold on yourself here if you're dealing with this. And, it's I think, there's this book called The Obstacle is the Way. And Ryan Holiday wrote the book. And it's like basically like, can you turn an obstacle into an opportunity? Everybody's going to have an obstacle. Maybe you're not, maybe you're shy, right? Maybe you don't like putting yourself out there, but you want to. It's like, can you turn that obstacle of being shy into an opportunity of putting yourself out there, right? Something like that. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid. Yeah, man. Sun and the Seven of Wands. Is there a perceived level of competition in your mind? Because, you could just, listen, I'm not hugely competitive in my life. Competition's a part of life. You're going to deal with competition at some point. But it's almost like you could evaporate the competition here with the sun, with the ray of the sun. And so it's almost like, don't let some sort of perceived competition hold you back from going for something. Like you may, listen, I'm not the only tarot reader, right? Like on YouTube. And at the same time, I still make tarot videos, and I'm still doing well. And, you may be in some type of niche that you're interested in getting into, but you're worried that it won't work because there are other people in your niche. And it's like, no, don't let that hold you back, or whatever the case may be. I just use my personal example as a personal situation as an example, but the sun is potentially also about expression in this case. It's about being in the sunlight. It's a major victory. It's major happiness. And so whatever competition, whatever perceived competition, you should not allow that to get in your way. At the top of the pyramid, could this get any better? You have the Six of Swords here. Major transition happening in your life, going through a rite of passage, changing something big, changing a huge part of yourself, and you're ready to let whatever's going on here with this Eight of Swords, with this Two of Swords here, ready to let that be behind you, and you're going for it. You're truly going for it here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Wands. The burden is whatever's going on here. Ten of Wands can indicate a burden. It's whatever's going on with this limitation you're placing on yourself here with this Eight of Wands, Two of Swords blindfold symbolism. But remember, the Ten of Wands is somebody who's extremely experienced. They have crossed the finish line, and I do see you crossing the finish line with success. So, wow. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here. Really enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.